That was an accidental
Hey,
click.
we're back on the air.
Whatever.
Feels good to be back, folks. Welcome back to another edition of Mike Jones Draws. I'm your host, Mike Jones, with the aid of the fabulous Jacob Boone in the background.
What's up, Internet?
Together, we are here to bring you more drawing enjoyment and entertainment today, such as it is. And I want to welcome everybody who follows us and anybody else that's not. Welcome. We're happy to have you here. Please chat up and say hello.
Like, subscribe, share,
And
post,
subscribe.
tweet,
Hey, why not?
upvote.
What do you got to lose? Just press a button. There you go.
Russian bots are welcome.
Mike Jones is just a harmless little drawing show where we have fun drawing fun retro pop culture stuff. And we enjoy doing it. We wish we could do it more often, but Sunday is the day we've designated for it right now. And even though we don't always come out at the same time, we're a little late again today, but that's our motto. That's our MO, apparently. Better late than never. We're on tonight. So tonight we're going to draw...
Stream Elements says, Mike Jones draws his
Stream
now
Elements
live.
is late.
Stream
Streaming
Elements
art,
is with us
Weekly
today.
Birdman and the Galaxy Trio.
That's correct. Today we're going to be drawing a cartoon, the last of my string of homages to the great artist Alex Toth, who was the designer, cartoonist, illustrator, and designer of many of the classic action-adventure heroes on television in the 1960s, the animated characters.
Thank you, Sandro.
Sandro, what did he say?
He shared, reacted to the video. The little notifications are popping up. So
Thank you. Hartelijk bedankt, Sandro. De groeten uit Amerika. Today we're going to be drawing a cartoon that was popular back in 1967. Another result of the Batman craze where everything went superhero for a few years. And Hanna-Barbera had, in addition to all their other shows, they had another show called Birdman and the Galaxy Trio, which was a favorite of mine actually when I was growing up. It was fun. And we're going to draw them today. And next week we'll get back to the project that I originally planned for today. But I just didn't get all the preparation done that I needed to get it started for you today. So I'm just going to rely on this week, and hopefully by next week we'll be ready to start a brand new project. Okay. Now I've already drawn these characters pretty much. I drew them in 03. Man, that's an old drawing. And I started inking it and never finished it. And I also drew a picture of Birdman himself, he'll be flying above them. We're going to possibly include his avenging eagle, Avenger. That's his name. And we'll just try to put him on the... I'm going to redraw him a little bit and ink him. And then we'll give him some color at the end. Okay, we'll start with Gravity Girl. Actually, she needs to be a little higher up on the page, so we'll have to start that over again. A little bit higher on the page. So maybe we'll start with Meteor Man so we know exactly where to put her. I don't like where she is right there in that drawing. We're going to move her a little bit. Let's do Meteor Man.
all I can see is dubstep.
going to take a little bit of light out of here. For the moment.
Steve Brenla. Outstanding, he says, Mike. Outstanding.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Steve. It's not finished yet. We're just getting started. But thank you very much. I've been doing this quite a while, actually. I never really expected you to come visit.
What's up, Steve? Welcome.
You know the Jacoboon's here with us?
The bearded wonder.
The bearded wonder, the man of all seasons.
Card Stuntman says, for justice and feathers.
Birdman.
For justice and feathers, yes, Birdman. Birdman was cool, though. I thought the Galaxy Trio was a cool concept, even though they didn't really flesh it out that much. It was all pretty one-dimensional. But it was still fun. They had cool powers, and the idea, they were like the original Guardians of the Galaxy, kind of.
Yeah. The Hanna-Barbera version.
It was before that concept ever existed.
And so, Marvel stole the idea from Hanna-Barbera.
Well, Marvel made a comic book in 1968, I believe,
Oh.
where they tried that concept out, called the Guardians of the Galaxy, and it was a bunch of aliens and an Earthman led by an Earthman, but they were totally different than what they morphed into the new Guardians of the Galaxy. They were a little bit different members, different identities, and different backgrounds. They changed a great deal of it when they brought it to movies, but I liked it. I thought it was cool because they were offbeat characters. They weren't your average kind of characters. At the time, anyway.
Like, you're gonna have to try and pay attention to your positioning today.
I see that, but I'm trying to make it so I can see it myself.
Nope. You draw it blind, Mike.
Hmm?
You draw it blindfolded.
I draw it blindfolded.
Yeah, that's what we're doing today.
And that would be an interesting exercise in terror, wouldn't it?
That'd be awful. That'd just be terrible. Like a blindfolded bicycle race. That'd be better.
We'll be sure to see some excitement.
I don't know, I'm kind of missing the lo-fi now. Alright, done. Alright, yeah, you're off camera, Mike. Sorry, man. I can change, I can adjust the camera, but that's as low as I can go.
I get you.
How low can you?
Worried about something.
Yeah, he was pretty. He was like it's something's on the floor.
Right.
Alright, I'm gonna probably head home, guys.
Alright then, Brian.
I'm gonna do some laundry and shit.
Nice to see you again, man.
Yep, yep. Mike, I'll see you next week, Greg.
Take it off, man?
Yeah, I got some
Oh,
errands.
I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to ignore you, man.
No, I got some errands I gotta.
Nice of you to. I really appreciate you coming by. I'm glad that everything's going well with your operation and everything, and that's awesome, man.
Living the dream.
Yeah. Heard that.
You're gonna be on later, Jake. I'll be on.
Okay. You gonna need to make some sort of mental note where the camera stops, Mike.
What happened?
You're gonna have to memorize where the camera stops.
Okay. I can only see part of the picture on my screen anyway because of my thing, you know. But
Bottom is.
yeah, you got to remember where the bottom is. Yeah. I can't show the whole characters in one shot. Almost. Anyway, we finish up Birdman, and then once we get these characters drawn, we can start inking them and coloring them.
Okay, so I just noticed she's number 3.
Huh?
I just noticed they're all numbered.
Yes, they are. Okay, they're basically sketched. I'm going to take a quick 30 seconds. I'll be right back.
30 seconds?
We'll draw Birdman.
30 seconds, he says.
Kind of basically, well, we actually have a little bit more to finish on Birdman. Okay. Okay, Birdman's next. Come with this. Gonna use the Birdman drawing I did back in, God, I don't think, did I? Oh, no, 03. 03, can you believe that? It's a long time ago. But it's somewhat decent drawing of Birdman, and I think I'm going to use it. Maybe that one's better. The whole Birdman. Yeah, that's it. Feet. Never did the feet, so I'm gonna draw the feet. Alright, I guess we're ready to color this now. And ink it. Should be a fun piece to do. Birdman and the Galaxy Trio minus his pet bird. Maybe I should draw him in there. You got a picture of him. But this is the way that it was done on the advertisement, so I'm just going to do it that way. Alright, we're doing pretty good on time, are we?
We're 43 minutes in, Mike.
43 minutes in and I got it drawn up. So we'll get to the other part. We'll ink it up and we'll color it. And we'll do that in about 2 minutes after we take a quick break. Enjoy our commercials for just a moment while I go gather myself and prepare for the next phase of the drawing. Thank you for all your patience and tuning in today. As always, we're grateful to have you here. It's Mike Jones. Be back in a few.
As a research technician, I conduct many scientific tests. I must be alert. That's why I need a good night's sleep. I've got to fall asleep fast, stay asleep, and wake up alert without drug hangover. So I use Nitol tablets. With Nitol, I get a good night's sleep and wake up clear-headed. Taken as directed, Nitol is so safe, you need no prescription. So effective, you get the sleep you need. I trust Nitol. Safe, effective.
Now, Gomer, listen. If you're going to be a reserve deputy around here, there'll be a lot of things you'll have to do. Get your paper and pencil and take notes. Now, one of the things you might be called on to do is to be keeper of the Sanka. It's that delicious Sanka coffee that's made from a whole blend of rich, flavorful coffee, see? Now, Sanka coffee is still 97% caffeine-free, so you can drink as much as you want, anytime you want. So you never can tell when somebody's liable to come busting in here and drink it all. You got that?
Just one word. What was it you said after, now Gomer? Listen?
Shazam! You got it. Try Sanka coffee in the nice-to-hold jar. The coffee for folks who love good coffee. Outstandingly good coffee. I appreciate it, and good night. Hey, Barn, look what Aunt Bee just brought by. Lemon meringue pie made out of Jell-O lemon pie filling. Have a piece.
Oh, Andy, you know how the new mayor feels about eating in the office.
But this is smooth, creamy Jell-O lemon pie, easy as you know what to make. Have some.
Well,
Aunt Bee got the recipe off a box of Jell-O lemon pie filling. See, there's recipes on every box.
yeah, well, if that new mayor comes in here, I'm going right under the desk.
Oh, howdy, Mayor. Barn, look at... Try Jell-O pudding and pie filling. A creamy, easy answer to what's for dessert. Good. I appreciate it, and good night.
Is this the day you finally do something about your weight? Your clothes don't fit right. You don't feel really comfortable. Dieting takes willpower. You get hungry. But there is a way. All it takes is a little bit of willpower and Metrical. Over 5 million people have been satisfied with the results. Obviously, Metrical isn't a steak dinner. Metrical is a simple, safe way to lose weight without going hungry. Perhaps you'd rather not use Metrical as your total diet. You have enough willpower to try it for 2 meals a day. Your third meal is your usual food in moderation. You can still lose weight, and you'll be surprised how pleasant and satisfying Metrical is. Liquids, wafers, and soups. Is this the day you finally do something about your weight? All you need is a little bit of willpower and Metrical.
Come on, Charlie. Hey, what's the matter?
An upset stomach can take you right out of things, make you a victim of indigestion, nausea, distress in the lower tract. Usually these upsets are caused by irritation from acid, food, or nervous irritation. But Pepto-Bismol has protective coating action that stops stomach irritation at contact. Look, here's a fizzy alkalizer in water as directed. See, it has no coating action.
Okay.
And here's an antacid tablet dissolved in water. No coating here either. But look at creamy Pepto-Bismol's protective coating action. It works in your stomach to stop stomach irritation at contact, soothe away distress, restore control to lower tract.
Okay.
It's okay, man.
Great. All right. Squad G13, yo. Vintage diarrhea. It's good stuff, man.
Vintage diarrhea.
You saw it right here.
You know,
draws.
you won't see that most anywhere else, unless you really look for it. We got a whole bunch of vintage commercials that they're fun to watch. You know, I think for nostalgia's sake, but they're also it's fun and interesting to see how advertising has changed over the years. We still have commercials. That never goes away. Hey, hey! We're back at it again.
How's it going, man?
What's up, Bo?
Happy Sunday.
We're doing a picture of the Galaxy Trio and Birdman today. This is the last one we're doing of our tribute to an artist named Alex Toth, who was responsible for originally designing and creating these characters for television.
That and bringing some good vibes.
Yeah, bringing some good vibes.
Like we do every Sunday.
Now I've got to go hit the head real fast and be back again.
Holy
Yeah,
cow.
gotta do it. Gotta do it. I'll be right back. Into it. Whew, like the Lone Ranger, in and out. Okay,
Vitamin P.
vitamin P.
When Mike Jones draws, nature calls.
That's right. Gotta follow the call of nature.
I see you're using a different pen this week.
I'm using a smaller tip pen for some of the finer details in this drawing. And I'm going to go back over it again with a regular Sharpie to add some thicker lines and emphasize certain things.
Maybe after you film it.
No, I color it after I get all the black on it. But things that require a little detail and finer lines I'm going to do with this pen.
Yeah.
And then go back and add emphasis on some things with the other pen.
I just realized the music is still playing.
You realize what?
The music.
Is muted?
No, it was turned way up. It was turned way. We're jamming.
Oh, that's all right. I screwed that up. Oh well, I'll fix it later.
Squad says that guy's the best. He looks like he's gonna give you the biz with the right and the left.
He looks like he's gonna give you the business. Yeah, he does. He's got a serious expression on his face, doesn't he?
And I was just thinking,
I think he's like the unofficial leader of this group.
he reminds me of a genie. He should be a shapeshifter. Whatever.
Yeah. Okay, I think.
Bow wow. We'll go grab a drink, Mike.
Okay, I think this one's pretty well, except for Birdman. I forgot about him. Don't look right somehow. All right, I think I can probably get the rest of this. All right, I think we can do the rest of this with regular Sharpie pen. That's not the one I want to use, obviously. Messed that up a little bit. I can fix it.
So, Mike, we're going on an hour and 10 minutes and 0 dropped frames.
0 dropping.
Yeah.
Good. That's excellent.
Yeah, last week that was just some sort of
I guess it was just
something that's just beyond my control.
Yeah.
Internet congestion.
It was okay though. At least we got to go on and try. You know,
Yep.
people knew we were out there. They just couldn't. Technical difficulties, man. I guess.
Not on our end. Uh-oh.
What's that?
Andy Huffman wants to talk about the blueberry patch.
Okay. What do you want to talk about?
Yeah.
What about? Oh, the blueberry patch drawing. That's what you want to talk about. Okay. Well, I got that right over here, and I could start working on that right after I finish this.
Sounds familiar.
And I've
Andy?
been meaning to work on that anyway. Thank you for the reminders. I appreciate it. I got a couple ideas how to make it just a little bit better and a little bit more ready to hang. So we'll get there.
He says, okay, love you.
I will. I'll get to it. I promise. I promise, honey. Let me get this one done. This is my last one of this particular kind of thing I'm working on lately. So let me get this one out of the way and then we'll work on that, okay? Love you.
card stomp, man.
What's he got to say?
Mike Jones is my favorite Sunday show.
Well, thank you. That is so nice of you.
Well,
We enjoy having you, man. It's great. And I love that you're chiming in, man. Thanks.
Agreed, card stomp, man. It's always nice to see you.
Absolutely. You're probably one of our biggest fans. We appreciate it.
One day when we have viewers, we'll give you moderator.
No doubt. Absolutely. I think we're about ready to color this bad bear. Hmm.
Okay.
I had a nice talk with my brother today, which was
good.
kind of unusual because
Yeah.
we haven't spoken in quite a while.
Yeah, you guys aren't the best of buddies.
Well, he called and he reached out, man. He was actually nice to me. If you're listening, Logan, I'm really glad that you called me.
God bless you, sir. Well, that's nice, Mike. It's good to hear, man.
Yeah, you know,
I know.
he's my brother. He's my only brother, and we've been at odds for a while. And it's just I really like. I would like to make amends and have a decent relationship with my brother.
Yeah, man. See him at the next Christmas dinner, huh?
Well, hopefully, you know, if we can get along well. More than that, I mean,
I feel
you know, that's not the only reason to get together. It's somebody you care about.
Yeah, I'm just citing one example.
In fact, I kind of got upset for a while about that. At one point, I was like, why are we always just getting together on holidays and funerals? I mean, and weddings. I mean, why can't we get together just because? Don't we enjoy each other's company enough to do that, you know? That kind of thing. My sister and I have been seeing a lot more of each other, and I'm really glad. We had a good time. We went to the movies last week and had lunch, breakfast or brunch with Sierra too, and it was really fun. It was nice to do that.
Good old-fashioned socializing.
Yes. All right. Oh, let's see.
I like that guy better without hair.
You like which guy better?
That guy.
You like this guy better without hair?
Yeah.
You mean this dude?
Yeah.
I'm drawing?
Yeah.
Well, he's got white hair. Can I
Okay.
say? That's the way he looks like in this story.
Okay.
If I was to do him myself and recreate his look, I think I would probably do away with his hair. That's all the black that's on there. Okay. Now, except for the smoke vaporous cloud that follows Birdman, we've got it all drawn. But we're going to do that in color. So, shoot, still can't get rid of these lines. Alright, I think we're about ready to color this. How far are we into time-wise, Jacob?
Hour 26.
Hour 26. That's not too bad.
Nah. 45 minutes to draw it, 45 to ink it.
Probably another 45 to an hour to color it. All right. I need another 2 minutes, and we're going to come back and we're going to finish the final phase of this drawing and color them up, and we'll call it a day on the Birdman and the Galaxy Trio. Hey, hey, hey. Another fine piece of art by Mike Jones Draws.
Back to the commercials.
Back to the commercials for just a few minutes, and we'll be back very soon. Thank you for your patience.
Alaska Highway, battleground for a war on winter. Snow dozers crunch through bone-cracking cold to keep America's lifeline open to the north. Here on the world's most rugged testing ground for men and machines, they rely on Prestone antifreeze for total protection. Protection against freeze-up, protection against rust. Prestone antifreeze, with its exclusive magnetic film, resurfaces the entire cooling system with a micro-thin inner shield that gives the world's most tested, most trusted protection against rust and corrosion. To have your antifreeze expertly installed, stop at the service dealer who displays this sign. He'll do the job at a fair price, and he's a pro at checking the cooling system, hose connections, and thermostat. Don't settle for anything less than the best. Insist on Prestone antifreeze for total protection. Protection against freeze-up, protection against rust with Prestone antifreeze, a product of Union Carbide. These cameras are filming an unrehearsed 2-hour panel discussion on dental health. Among other things, these mothers talked about toothbrushing and toothpaste. Let's listen to some excerpts about Crest and the importance of dental health.
And the one who is 8, no sooner does she get a tooth in than it's got a hole in it.
Do you think toothpaste can help?
I feel very frankly that Crest has helped my children because the first time we took him, we had 3 cavities. And when we started using Crest, he has had 1 cavity in the last year and a half, and Christy has had none.
How did you start using Crest? Did you see it
Because of the advertising. They usually have so much percentage fewer cavities, and they usually had 2 test groups. One who brushed with Crest, but without the Floristan, and brushed in exactly the same way, and then the other one who used the Crest formula.
Well, something that I have always wondered about that advertisement was how did they know? They didn't have those children locked up in a room where they was watching them every time they brushed their teeth. How did they know that those kids all done it just like they're supposed to?
Well, don't you imagine in these 2 test groups, they got an equal number of those who probably didn't stick to it as well as they should, and one would balance out the other. So that
This lady is correct, and because of such tests, Crest is the only toothpaste recognized effective against cavities by the American Dental Association. Their Council on Dental Therapeutics says Crest has been shown to be an effective decay-preventive dentifrice that can be of significant value when used in a conscientiously applied program of oral hygiene and regular professional care.
I think you've got to give them a good diet.
What else is important for good dental health?
learn the proper way of brushing and the regular checkups, and then use the best dentifrice that is available that will cut down the cavities, which personally I feel is Crest.
Shouldn't your family be using Crest? The toothpaste for families who want fewer cavities.
Yeah.
What's new?
A brand new way to fight tooth decay.
With a new toothbrush?
New Pico-Pay.
New Pico-Pay, the first anti-cavity design toothbrush with 2 cleaning actions your dentist recommends. 1, new straight-line design that fights cavities, because every dentist features every toothbrush. Pico-Pay gets in where cavities begin. 2, exclusive Pico tip now comes on a new paper pen. Gets teeth clean in between, like dental floss. Even hard-to-reach back teeth. Massages gums, too. And look, new Pico-Pay now fits most any holder, tip and all.
Pico-Pay, Pico-Pay toothbrush. Pico-Pay, Pico-Pay toothbrush.
Pico-Pay, the first anti-cavity design toothbrush with 2 cleaning actions your dentist recommends. No wonder more dentists recommend Pico-Pay than any other toothbrush.
Get a Pico-Pay today.
Really liked.
Okay.
I think that's more the green I need. yellow, yellow, orange, no, there's two orange, that'd be a good accent color though. Alright, let's see, we got some really pale yellow orange. That's okay too. Yellow. I guess he is yellow, pretty much. Put some accent on him. And I need a pale yellow. That's kind of a deep yellow. And it's just regular yellow. Let's see, where is it? I know I got it here somewhere. No. Yeah, that would be good. I think that would be good for that. Yeah, I'll use that. Okay, and need purple. I like that purple. That's good for legs. And you need a lighter purple. Light purple. Do I have it? Darker and lighter. I guess that'll work. Darker probably work. No, that's too dark. Plum enough. Plum. No. Plum. Okay, that works. That works with this one, huh? Nope. This will be for the... I'm having a lot of trouble finding the right color here. Darn it, where is it? White, red, red, light blue, yeah, I guess I don't have to do. I don't have to do that. I need charcoal gray. That should complete it. Charcoal gray, where art thou? That's the one. That's the one. All right, we're ready to go back to this and start coloring it up. See what we get with it. I got a couple of razor lines still to make on it. get the excess pencil lines off of it and touch up where the lines don't connect properly. Let's start at the top. Yeah, these characters are more or less becomes like a coloring book when you draw them, like these type of style characters. They were designed to be somewhat simple because they had to be animated, and the more complex the character is, obviously the more harder it is to animate it frame by frame. This was highly stylized cartoon work. Okay. Let's say one for this one. Second one now.
Casey Caldwell says, hi.
Hello, Casey. How are you and Kyle doing? It's nice of you to stop in.
Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. We're doing all right over here. Always glad to hear from you.
She says, we're good.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
Happy Sunday.
Let me know when it's time for that housewarming party. I'll be there with bells on, you know that.
P-A-R-T-Y?
P-R-R-T-Y all night long.
She says, I'm in Rudig now.
I'm what?
I don't know. Do you know Rudig?
I'm Rudig. Yes, I know you're Rudig. I know you. I'm sorry. That's an
Casey
easy
Rudig.
easy mistake to make, I guess. I'm sorry, Mrs. Rudig. Mrs. Rudig. Mrs. Casey Caldwell Rudig.
Moving in on the 25th.
Casey Rudig Caldwell.
Rudig.
Rudig, just Rudig.
25th, they're moving in.
25th of March?
That's just a few weeks away.
Wow, that's awesome, man. Wow, a lot of stuff going on in March, apparently. I'm going to a wedding of Sierra's friend Sarah. And, hell, I'll come down and see you guys on the 25th if I can. Sounds like fun. Can't wait to see your new house. Just doing some other simple comic book character today, because I wasn't prepared to do the other project that I wanted to start working on. Has to have a little preliminary work done to it, and I haven't done that yet, so. This is a Birdman I'm drawing right now. He's 1/3 of the Galaxy Trio, which consists of Birdman, Meteor Man, and Galaxy Girl. And of course, the headliner of the series was Birdman and the Galaxy Trio. We're trying to get these all colored up today, so we can say we got through it. Shouldn't take all that long. We've been at this for what, almost 2 hours?
1:45.
And we're gonna probably put another hour into this, and then we'll call it quits for the day, probably. We both had a really long week, and we just don't like to disappoint anybody who likes to come watch the show, and we enjoy doing the show, so we try to stick to it. I don't think that Jacob's gonna be with us next week, are you, Jacob? Gonna be out of the loop next week?
Yes, sir. Yes, that is correct.
Okay. Well, we'll miss you, buddy, but we know you're gonna be out there having a good time, and you gotta have a life too, right?
Big things.
Life isn't all about work. Shouldn't be. I think maybe Brian will sub for you next week.
Be nice.
He hasn't agreed to it yet, but I think he will.
Yes, and if all goes well, I'll be in a beach cabana.
Sucking down some exotic drink and enjoying your
enjoying the sunset.
Enjoying the sunshine with your girl. Sounds like a beautiful way to spend a weekend, man. Especially here in Florida when it's nice. The weather's fantastic. The heat only sucks when you're out there working in it.
Yeah. You're forced to stand in it. It's a little staycation, little weekend staycation.
Yeah.
There's a friend flying up, and we're gonna spend the weekend together. Might be moving out soon myself, but again, I'll just be staying in the neighborhood. Big things.
Big things are happening here in Largo, Florida, or in your case, Pinellas Park.
That's it.
As you might have already guessed, this guy here can turn into vapor. Hence the name, the clever name, Vapor Man. From the planet Vaporus. Another clever concept. He's one of these three guys who are intergalactic crime fighters that travel the galaxy in their spaceship and help out people who need their assistance. They work for the Intergalactic Space Patrol and help keep the peace throughout the galaxy.
The only thing missing is a raccoon.
Exactly. The original Guardians of the Galaxy. Of course, in these cartoons, their backgrounds and their reason for doing what they do, it was never really explored. Their origins never told, and you just have to assume that they're just there. They all have their gifts because of where they were born, the planet they were born. Everybody on their planet has the same gift, and they just choose to use it to help other people. Typical superhero drivel from Hanna-Barbera back in the day, but it was really kind of cool for its time.
Especially to a kid.
Especially to a kid with an imagination.
And some adults.
Yeah, of course. Ah. I understand Paul Maitland. I saw a post from Paul. He's at a show today.
Wow!
He's at a show. I saw his picture of his setup. He looked like he had like 50 or 60 pictures out there displayed in his con. I think it's up in Columbus. I think so. And of course, I wished him well. I hope that you sold every penny you got there, Paul.
Right.
You're a very gifted guy, and you deserve it. So, you know, if you ever see this, you'll know we were there rooting for you. We weren't just bullshitting.
Did you have a favorite superhero, Casey? Any of them? Rainbow Bright counts.
I don't think Casey was really big into that stuff. I mean, really, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Case.
She says I'm a big Marvel fan.
Well, okay, you become a big fan of the Marvel guys. Okay, well, that's cool. That's honest.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people that weren't comic fans before, once they see those movies, they became fans.
Stock just went up in my book, Casey. She says I love Batman. Batman's probably my favorite.
Batman's cool. Of course, Batman's cool. But if you know, it's really because of Batman and the popularity of Batman in the 60s that caused these type of cartoons to appear on television.
Right.
If they hadn't had that big success with the superhero craze, the Bat craze, then all the shows that I've been doing homage to this week and last week and the week before would not have existed.
Kyle's favorite is Superman, she says.
Well, Superman is so classic, of course, you know. Superman is probably, and Batman are probably the most celebrated and well-known superheroes there are, or at least they were for many years.
Yeah.
Superman was the first superhero really ever created.
That's a good team, Casey. Superman and Batman.
Yep, there was a comic book when I was a kid that they called World's Finest. And it was a comic book that was devoted solely to adventures where Superman and Batman teamed up together. So you got more bang for your buck when you bought that comic, you know? It's like buying the Justice League. You get all these superheroes for the same price as one. And I used to love that. I still have some of those from the 60s. Because I really enjoyed reading them back in the day. I don't read comics anymore, really. I don't follow any comic books or any storylines.
The movies are great, though.
Huh?
The movies are great.
The movies are fantastic. They brought it mainstream now.
Yeah.
It's not just a select few people now that enjoy those characters. They become as popular as
Mickey Mouse.
as the others, yes. And everybody likes Spider-Man and the Hulk and the Avengers and Fantastic Four. That stuff's become mainstream. These characters here that I'm drawing were offshoots of that. They were created to cash in on the popularity of the craze at the time. However, they were designed by a very noted illustrator who did a lot of work in comics named Alex Toth. He designed all of these characters.
Alex Toth.
Alex Toth.
I hope you're writing this down. Toth.
Toth. Alex Toth. Look him up. He was responsible for several of these superhero type cartoon series that came out back in that day, at that time. And if you look close enough, you can see his style in all of them. You can see how he drew. He had a very comic book looking style. He knew how to draw dramatic characters with a few lines. He knew how to have his characters strike dramatic poses, which was essential to the process. Of course, many other people, of course, worked on the shows as well, but they worked from his model sheets. So when they drew a character, they had to make it look like, or try to make it look like Alex or whoever designed the character, make it look like that all the time. Continuity. Some of the animators that worked on the show weren't really. They did some poorly animated scenes in some cases, where the drawings were less than perfect. But I think that had a lot to do with the rushed production schedule that they had for those things too. They whipped them out as fast as they could for as little money as they could. And yet, even so, I think a lot of it is really brilliant. A lot of it came across very entertaining. I remember it well.
Casey says, "Oh, Brad, you need to go on a comic trivia game show. You would win it all."
I would.
And
yeah.
Do you remember Mandy ever watching any superhero?
Mandy's 6 years younger than me. So when I was watching these cartoons, she was like 1 year old. So no, I don't think she remembers these particular cartoons. Mandy remembers other cartoons that she grew up with. But Mandy wasn't into superheroes either. Really. I don't think.
She saw the Spider-Man.
She loves the stuff now. I mean, she loves it too because these movies are so damn good. How can you not fall in love with these characters? You know. And it proved a point that I've been trying to make, for years. That these characters are worthy.
wish there was a comic book game show.
Well, there's a lot of people out there, believe it or not, that know a lot more than me about this stuff. I just remember what turned me on when I was a kid.
Still does.
And it still turns me on because it's the kid in me.
Yep.
You know, and there's nothing wrong with that. Oops. Made a mistake. Oh well, I could fix it. No big deal.
Casey says, we're going to watch a movie and call it a night. Love you. Hugs.
I love you too, sweetie. Thank you for stopping by and watching me draw this. It's not done yet, but when it's done, you can check it out next week. I'll show it in its finished form. Love you. Love you both.
Enjoy the movie.
Enjoy the movie. Enjoy your weekend. And I hope to see you soon. Bye, honey. Bye, Kyle. Where's my other one? Here it is. nice to have Paolo stop in today. And
Well,
of course, it's always nice to hear from Card Stuntman. I
Absolutely.
expect to hear from him every week.
Steve Brennan.
And Steve Brenla was a real surprise. 'Cause I didn't know that Steve went for this kind of entertainment.
Man, he's just showing love, man. He's giving support, Mike.
I think that's just cool. It's really cool, and I thank you, Steve. I know you're probably not out there right now, but I appreciate you coming and watching.
And I, for one,
and taking an interest.
I
And
miss having Mikey.
yeah, we miss Mikey. Tell him we said that. He friended me on Facebook shortly before you did, and I readily accept him because I think he's a great kid, a great man, a great young man, and you should be very proud of him. He loves you to death, I know that. He talks very highly of you. Guess you did something right there, Stevie.
Dilly dilly.
I'm wondering if I should use an orange red on this one. I think maybe so. Do I have an orange red? It's this one. Rouge Pavet. Oh, that's an interesting color. Try that. It's light blue. Very light blue. Do I have a light blue? That's not light enough. Oh, here we go. Sky blue. I think that'll work.
Of course not, man. That one guy has Spock ears and Hulk fist.
Yep.
Beefcake.
They stole the best features of all these characters and made a composite blend into something similar, you know. Hanna-Barbera was famous for that. I mean, DC had Hawkman, they had Birdman, and he had shoot rays out of his hand. He was a composite character kind of, I think.
Aquaman, Submariner.
Aquaman and Submariner. Well,
those were counterparts,
one
right?
came before the other.
Yeah. One Marvel, one DC, right?
Well, yeah, they were both made by different companies, but at the time that they were created, Marvel was called Timely Comics. That was back in 1939 when the Submariner first appeared.
That's a totally different entity.
Aquaman is a DC character, and he was published in 1940 for the first time. He was a backup feature for years in Adventure Comics. And then he got his own magazine in, I think it was around 1964.
Oh, the puns. The Submariner stories seem a little more, shall I say, deeper.
Seem a little more what?
Deeper.
Oh yeah, definitely. The Submariner stories were. He was a much more interesting character, I think, than Aquaman. Really. That's my personal opinion. I mean, he was the king of a lost civilization, and he started out as an anti-hero. He wasn't even a good guy. He hated the human race, and he was at war with the human race. Yeah, the only thing that saved us from the Submariner was World War II. When that came out, they decided to turn him against the Nazis, and he turned his anger towards them instead of us.
Yes, war propaganda.
It was war propaganda, but of course, all the superhero characters were providing, propaganda for the war effort.
Card Stuntman, have you seen a show on Amazon Prime? It's called The Boys. It's also about superheroes. There's a character named The Deep. That's his name, The Deep. He's also a water guy. Card Stuntman says he was angry and he fell in love with Sue Storm.
He did. When they brought the character back, they resurrected him. Stan Lee resurrected him. He had been not being published for a good 6 or 7 years. I think they stopped publishing Submariner around 1953, and they brought him back when Stan Lee took over and did the new Marvel stuff, and brought him in as a villain in the Fantastic Four, and resurrected him just like he resurrected Captain America and brought him into the Avengers. These characters were dead. They weren't being published. So Stan brought them back, and
there's always a way.
The rest, as they say, is history. But yeah, he was vying for Reed Richards' girlfriend for Susan Storm. I really enjoyed those issues. I enjoyed that storyline. And the thing about it was that she actually kind of liked him. Reed could have very easily lost her to him.
What was the guy's name? Reed?
Reed Richards is the leader of the Fantastic Four.
Right.
Is it all coming back to you now?
You're off camera.
Okay. Adding one more color. So that's not the one. Damn it. That's not the one. That's the one. So.
Reed was very busy. That's the beginning of my book.
What is?
Card Stuntman says Reed was very busy.
Always busy.
With everything but Sue.
That's correct.
Uh-oh.
He had time for everything but her. I remember though one comic that I really enjoyed they did was a giant size Fantastic Four annual, I guess, where they had the wedding of Reed and Sue. And it was an all-star extravaganza. Every villain they ever faced came out of the woodwork for this wedding. And every hero in the Marvel Universe had to help protect their wedding.
And the after party.
And the after party, yes. I mean, but it was an all-star extravaganza with every villain and every hero.
Dr. Doom.
It was really cool. Dr. Doom was at the heart of it. He was at the heart of that story too. He was, definitely wanted to ruin the wedding and ruin Reed Richards' happiness. He hated Reed Richards.
Do you remember Reed?
But there was another Fantastic Four annual, getting back to the Submariner, where it showed on the cover of the book the Fantastic Four trapped in this big bubble and being paraded down the streets of Manhattan, captive. And the Submariner sitting on his throne, riding up in a parade through the streets of New York with his captives. I thought that was just one of the most dynamite illustrations and covers. It really made you want to look inside and see, well, how the hell did he capture them like that? It was cool. It was like Submariner was going to take over New York City. It was cool as shit.
Submariner for mayor.
Of course, the Submariner turned out to be actually a pretty good guy. He's just pissed off at human beings because the way that they pollute the water and the way that they have their atomic tests in the water and almost destroyed his city of Atlantis.
Understandable.
Yeah, he was just trying to take care of his people.
Aren't we all?
Yep, that's what we're all doing. I got a little more color to put onto the vapor cloud. After I finish Meteor Man's costume. Yeah, it doesn't look quite as dark as it does on my paper that I'm looking at as it does on the screen. I think it's just the poor monitor I've got there. It's not capturing it the way I see it, the way I'm seeing it. It's nice of Brian to come over and see us today.
Yeah, it is. Always nice to see Ryan.
Really happy about his dental work. And I'm sure he's actually happy about it too.
Of course, of course.
Okay, now I'll put a little texture onto Birdman possibly. I think that's just about got it. Just put a little bit more emphasis on some. Well, Johnny, I asked Johnny just to change the subject, but after we got out of work, he went out to his truck and I was getting in my car. And I said, so Johnny, are you happy with today's work? Happy with us? And he said, yes.
Right.
And he said, he told me a little bit, he told me again about, how he was basically forced to do that job because the guy said money was no object. And, so he basically, making the guy pay for our overtime. That's what he told me.
Right. Okay.
And plus he said he's going to give us an extra hondo.
Uh-huh.
For getting it done and so forth. So when he left, he seemed to be in pretty good spirits.
Yeah, as he was pulling away, he stopped and told me good job too, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Car Stuntman says, I would not mess with them.
Not mess with what?
Car Stuntman, everything goes over his head. Do you feel me?
You would not mess with these guys? No, you shouldn't. Sorry, man. I was thinking of something totally different. I went on that track.
I know. It's hard for you to change gears.
No, not impossible. Just if I'm doing something,
am I right?
I'm not thinking about it. And Scotty interjects some clever little quip, and I miss it. I'm sorry. You're right. I wouldn't mess with them either, buddy.
No.
They're powerful.
I'd mess with the one with the red hair.
Well, sure. In that sense, you would. Having a little fun with this today.
It'd be cool to run into the bird guy at a bar. The other guys, maybe not.
Right. We should, like you said, we should have done Harvey Birdman, attorney at law, right?
Right.
Most people are familiar with the character through that nowadays. And that was one of the satires that I liked. I wasn't crazy about Space Ghost Coast to Coast, but I dug the Harvey Birdman thing. I thought that was funny. What'd you think of that Harvey Birdman stuff, that Adult Swim stuff, Scotty? All right, I think I'm gonna stop this now and see if I can. What else I can do to it? Some black. I've got a black. Nope, that's not it. There's another dark green though.
Coach Thomas says I liked them both. I've watched Space Ghost Coast to Coast a lot. Never saw the Birdman. Attorney at Law. Never watched that.
I guess I never gave it a chance. I didn't like him making fun of Space Ghost for some reason. I don't know why.
I absolutely adored it.
Well, you had no history with Space Ghost either. But I guess even so.
They would always show a Space Ghost cartoon, like when the show first started, before he had like.
Well, that's cool. I mean, there's always room for satire with something like that. I mean, I get that. I think George of the Jungle is great because it makes fun of Tarzan.
Oh, Card Stuntman says I knew the guy who did Space Ghost voice, George Lowe.
You
That's amazing.
Really? No kidding. That's cool. That's a really cool anecdote. I didn't know that. That's cool, brother. Is he a pretty cool guy?
I lived in Atlanta, and their whole William Street, the whole thing there, that was, I went to Georgia Tech for a few months, and that was right next door. That was right next door to my dorms.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
I never met anybody, obviously.
Sure you did.
Brack was my favorite. The guy that did him, like when Brack would laugh, man, it was infectious.
Yeah, Brack was funny. I agree.
Says he worked here in town. Okay. Here being here in St. Pete and in Lakeland on the TV station there. Okay. He's
That's
talking
very
about
interesting.
George Lowe. Yeah, that's awesome, man.
That is cool. Small world.
Makes me feel cool. Because I know a guy that knows a guy.
Yeah, we know a guy who knows a guy.
Space Ghost would just get aggravated with them all the time because
Yeah.
they're always just cutting up and being assholes, like on the set. He would shoot.
He was pissed off at Brack all the time, huh?
He would shoot Zorak once per episode
Oh, that's interesting. I like that.
with his bracers. You know, I loved it, man. Like, it's like if Zorak, Brack, and Space Ghost had ran the Tonight Show, you know?
Well, yeah, that's exactly what it was. It was a talk show.
Yeah. I loved it.
And he had all kinds of interesting people on, live action people.
Yeah, on the TV.
And I saw some of that. I thought some of that was cool.
You have guests on the TV sometimes.
All right, now this needs some background color of some kind. But I don't think I'm going to get to that today. I think I'll just finish that up in my spare time and show you guys when I do it, and just say this is it with the background color. It's going to have some kind of a background color. Nothing elaborate. No elaborate. Just some color to offset these characters. Alright, I think it came out okay. All right, we'll sign this one. And that'll be it. Throw some background color on when I get a chance. Just wanted to make sure we got a broadcast in today. and did something.
Like we do every Sunday.
And this is just a chance to get these characters done and get them out of the way. This is the last Alex Toth thing I'm going to be doing for a while. I probably should have included Avenger, his eagle, but yeah, it's okay. We're going to throw a little background wash on the behind these characters, and that'll be the end of it, really. I could do that, but it would take probably another 30-40 minutes, and that's, to me, kind of boring to watch just coloring color. So, I want to thank everybody for stopping in today. I don't know how long we've been on the air.
2:41.
Almost 3 hours? Yeah. Going on 2 hours and 45 minutes?
Check.
That's not bad. That's not bad at all. We'll try to get on longer the next time we're on. Next week, I think hopefully Brian will be my co-host for the show, as Jacob's going to take a well-earned hiatus with his lovely friend.
That's right.
And have a really good time, because he's been working hard and he deserves it.
You'll all get to meet her soon.
And then he'll be back the following week, refreshed and ready to go.
With a new look on life.
With a new perspective. Yes, it certainly does help. It does help when people are there for you. Just want to thank everybody for coming. We really appreciate all of you. We love you all. We hope you enjoyed today's rendering of Birdman and the Galaxy Trio. And next week we're going to be starting something completely different. So stop by and see us. Join me and Brian Gonzalez for next week's show. And then the week after, come back and Mr. Jacob Boone, the man himself, will be back in his throne, pulling the strings.
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
That's right. The great and wonderful Wizard of
Mike Jones
Tech.
Draws.
Wizard of Draws. Yeah, Wizard of Mike Jones Draws. Yeah. Anyway, thanks again, everybody. Hope you have a great week. Stay safe. As always, keep your pencils sharp. Keep drawing. This is Mike Jones and the Jacob Boone signing out for another week. Thanks for stopping in. Take it easy. So long, everybody.
See ya.